Hello everyone, I'm Nikki Novick and welcome to another edition of Praxis Magazine. In an age of constant changing media and wavering trust in journalism, an institute here at Duquesne has found a new and engaging way to encourage better understanding of ethics and integrity in the profession.
Extra, extra, read all about it, or rather, listen. Looking for a new and informative podcast for your morning commute or daily jog? Look no further than Ethically Speaking, a new project from the Institute for Ethics and Integrity in Journalism and Media here at Duquesne.
In each podcast, we will explore the challenges that professionals in the media industry face to help us cultivate better understanding about ethical practices.
Students and faculty both intensely listened at the premiere showing of Ethically Speaking's first episode last month, featuring journalist Paul Alonso.
It was really fascinating listening to him talk a little bit about his experiences in Peru.
Dr. Pamela Walk, the director of the Institute, shares what inspired her to bring this dream to life and the value of exposing students to these voices.
The journalists that I've worked with, the people that I know that are still in the industry, are probably some of the deepest thinkers about the things that they do and how they do what they do.
But it doesn't stop there. Dr. Walk hopes to inspire students to dig deep into reporting.
And I look at it as an opportunity really to give students the ability and the experience to create stuff.
Looking to investigate hard-hitting news yourself? Check out Ethically Speaking, now on Spotify. For Praxis Magazine, I'm Olivia Ramirez.
To check out their latest podcast, go to Spotify and search Ethically Speaking. One of the many renovation projects on campus is tucked away behind the admin building and right next to Trinity Hall, the Our Lady of Lourdes Grotto. Over the past few years, the garden area and other landscaping improvements have been made, as well as the addition of candles. The candles have sparked a renewed spiritual interest in this sacred place. Praxis Magazine reporter Noah Hutton spoke to one liberal arts graduate about how the grotto helped determine his vocation.
High atop the bluff, tucked away behind Old Main, just outside the chapel of the Holy Spirit, candles shine brightly inside the gates of the Our Lady of Lourdes Grotto.
A light is always meant to be a beacon and a sign of warmth and a sign of life, and so that those candles that are lit can be seen as those things to others. They're not the showiest light, right? They're not the brightest light of a television studio or the light of the sun. They're just a comfortable light.
Father Nick Vaskov is a 1997 graduate of Duquesne University. As a freshman student, he moonlighted as a member of the Pit Marching Band, playing the tuba for Panther football and basketball games. After band practice and games, Father Nick often stopped at the grotto before heading back to his dorm. Offering quiet prayers at this sacred space dedicated to Mary, the mother of Jesus, he developed a deeper love for Christ, which would help him in his vocational journey, leaving the dream of becoming a news producer to enter the seminary.
The grotto is so important, one, because it's a place of quiet and of peace. Again, the world's still going on around us, and the world doesn't stop just because we need that moment of rest. But moments like that are so important, I think, for us to find peace, to find our foundation, to find our trust in God, and through Mary's help.
Father Nick is grateful for the renovation of the grotto, as students, parents, professors, staff, and alumni can offer prayer intentions here on campus or offer them virtually.
So the lighting of that candle, and the fact that a candle is taken from another light that is not undimmed, right? And so that God's work is not meant to be taken from us and then someone else gets it and then we are lessened, but that it is passed on from one to the other.
Handcrafted by the Spiritans and fraternity members in 1956, the iconic grotto was thoroughly restored and rededicated in 2019. Dennis Brenkel, a 1967 graduate of the business school, is an alumni brother of the Alpha Epsilon fraternity. He and his wife, Patricia, were principal benefactors of the effort and honors the memory of Brenkel's mother, Dorothy Spock Brenkel. Dorothy attended classes as a young widow, preparing her for a 35-year career as a Catholic schoolteacher. The Brenkel family, wanting this to be a welcoming place for all people, seeking hope and healing in prayer.
Hope and healing, I think, is the perfect way to describe why a place like this should exist and needs to exist, because we look for it all over the place. And maybe to be able to broadcast this as a place that is set apart for that will allow more people to find it and offer from their hearts whatever it is they're looking for.
a quiet place for anyone and everyone seeking God's grace and mercy by opening their hearts as individuals or in groups.
I know life as a college student can be stressful. Sometimes the questions that are arising, is this what I'm meant to do? Is this where I'm meant to be? And so to have a place that is set apart for that, to offer those prayers, and hopefully to hear the voice of the Lord say, yes, this is where you're meant to be, or no, this is where I want you to go.
If you'd like to stop by the Our Lady of Lourdes Grotto, you can find it behind the administration building to the left of Trinity Hall. If you'd like to submit a personal prayer request, you can visit the Office of Campus Ministry or visit their website, and staff members will fulfill your request and light a candle for you. For Praxis Magazine, I'm Noah Hutton.
You can make your Lourdes Grotto candle prayer requests virtually by heading to duke.edu or in person by visiting Old Main. April 8th, 2024 was the day many people in our area had waited a lifetime for, the total solar eclipse. School schedules were altered and millions of people took the afternoon off to safely watch this incredible event. While everyone was watching, our own Duquesne senior, Harley Veravet, and Professor Dawn Ma were listening to the solar eclipse. The sounds you're listening to were recorded in Frick Park, just about 4 miles east of Duquesne's campus. Harley and Professor Ma were part of a national sound experiment sponsored by NASA that began back in 1932. They used highly sophisticated sound capturing equipment capable of hearing the most subtle sounds in the environment. These recordings will be used along with thousands of other sound experts nationwide to determine what effects the solar incident had on natural wildlife. As the Duquesne University community celebrated the men's basketball team taking part in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1977, one professor of liberal arts made national headlines during March Madness. Praxis Magazine reporter Nick Fernbaugh sat down with the founder of the Sports Information and Media major, who has made a major impact on our students.
Being an educator and seeing students repeat things that they learn in the classroom in their real lives. It shows that it's worth it, that the education pays off, that this is preparation, and that the preparation is there for a reason, and that that reason is you get to live your dreams if you do it right when it matters in the classroom, and then you can take it out into the real world.
Professor Robert Healy III has taught at Duquesne since August of 2014, and for the last 7 years he has helped develop students with a unique major titled Sports Information and Media.
The reason I started the program was because there was a void that I saw during my first 3 or 4 years here full-time as an instructor, where we had students who had an interest in working in sports media and or in sports public relations, which is what is known as sports information.
From teaching students sports and media to journalism, public relations, photography, graphic design, and more, the curriculum encompasses a wide range of skills for students to take out into the real world.
The best training you can do is to make it very high stakes, is to give students work that is legitimate work that would be consumed by an audience and not just by your professor.
A highlight of working in high-stakes environments came when he took a handful of students over to Ireland, in which they covered rugby and horse racing, that the students would record footage, take photos, and turn these events into hit sports pieces to put onto their portfolio.
They know people are going to consume this, and then they have actually, in some cases, turned this work into their portfolio that they've used to get a job.
An example of student success from his program is Jack Morgan, who worked in March Madness and is also the new station manager for Duquesne Student Television, who credits a lot of his success to Healy for why he's grown so much in just 2 years.
I took that from newsroom and from sports writing. I think that played a big role, and then just, I don't know, that was a big role in being able to enjoy the moments and just knowing how rare it is, because you don't get that moment often.
Professor Healy has even gotten popular recently, blowing up online after canceling class after Duquesne won their first round matchup in March Madness, showing his school spirit and love for Duquesne University.
I think it's kind of cool, though. I think it's really cool, and I know a couple of people sent that to me, and they're like, do you know him? I'm like, I've had him for more classes than I have any other professor here, like 3 times fold.
The success stems from a leader who loves when his students go out and grow and come back to help inspire others to succeed in their footsteps.
My favorite thing about teaching at Duquesne is the students who come back to my classrooms after they've graduated and they repeat things to my current students that I told them first when they were students. Meaning I can literally see from the time they were freshmen to then seniors to then alumni that what I said they took and used to become great students and then get the great jobs and then become great employees.
From Praxis Magazine, I'm Nicholas Fernbaugh.
We're excited to bring you a new Praxis Magazine feature. It's called The Dean's Corner, where we bring you a message. Dr. Christine Blair, the Dean of the McAnulty College of Liberal Arts and Graduate School. Dr. Blair carries the message of Praxis Magazine, focusing on our students, faculty, alumni, and programs within the world of liberal arts.
Greetings. I'm Christine Blair, Dean of the McAnulty College and Graduate School of Liberal Arts here at Duquesne University, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the inaugural edition of the Dean's Corner. I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to share some of the exciting activities, events, and initiatives in the McAnulty College that span the humanities, social, and applied sciences. The talents of our dedicated faculty and staff, along with the pursuit of academic excellence by our undergraduate and graduate student body, contribute to our commitment of helping students diversify their thinking so that they may reimagine our world through the hallmarks of a liberal arts education: ethical decision-making, creative problem-solving, rhetorically and persuasively communicating, and promoting freedom of thought and critical expression in a culture of civil discourse. Our faculty educate the minds, hearts, and spirits of our students so that they can serve others locally, nationally, and globally. In this and in other episodes of Praxis, we don't merely tell the many stories of student and faculty achievement in the college as they apply their expertise and experience to pressing community concerns and larger social issues. We show the continuing relevance of liberal arts education in the 21st century. Upcoming features include our Writing and Community Writing Center, our new Institute for the Ethics and Integrity in Journalism and Media, and the way in which liberal arts programs can provide a foundation for advanced study in law and healthcare professions, among others. I hope you'll take the time to learn more about the McAnulty College through these and other Praxis features, produced by a talented team of students and mentored by Dawn Ma, Director of our Center for Emerging and Innovative Media, and broadcast journalist Mike Clark, co-anchor of WTAE Pittsburgh. See you again soon.
One sports marketing major has been preparing students for the real world and is one of the hallmarks of a
senior
liberal
Nick
arts
Fernbaugh.
education. Extracurricular activities offered within our school help students gain experience and confidence in their chosen academic pursuit. Praxis Magazine reporter Donnie Woods profiles one student leader who is making the most of his opportunities.
For senior Nick Fernbaugh, living through the pandemic helped him to decide his career path.
It's something I always joke with people. I kind of thank COVID because it kind of put me in the right mindset, and it kind of just made me ask myself, do I actually really want to do something like computer game design? And I just wasn't happy with it. I just wasn't happy at all.
Nick told me that's when he dropped out of George Mason University and began searching for a new college.
And I kind of was like looking at schools for like sports communication at the time, and I had only applied to 2 schools. I applied to Arizona State and Duquesne. As I finished both the applications, I gave it like a few days, said a prayer one night, and I kid you not, 24 hours later, I heard from Robert Healy and got a scholarship to come to Duquesne, and I just never looked back since.
Developing skills by taking classes in multi-platform journalism, sound design, and video production, he put those skills to use, becoming a leader in the Sports Marketing Association on campus.
But I'm somebody who loves sports, loves the sports business end of it, even if it's not my primary focus, and want to see people succeed at the end of the day. And I think if you go into any club, any organization, even any job that's like slightly outside of your comfort zone, always bring the mindset of what can I do differently.
Being involved in SMA also opened the door for Nick to follow his dream, getting real-world experience, covering a wide variety of sports.
I also get the chance to like work basketball games, lacrosse games, football, soccer, anything under the sun. And for me, not having that regular 9 to 5 makes my life actually a lot more exciting. And I think that that's something I need in my life. I want to have like excitement and thrill. I'd rather sacrifice $40,000 to $50,000 a year that I could be making in a much higher paying field, if it means I'm doing something that I'm proud of and I love doing.
That satisfaction of being part of a team, doing something he finds fulfilling and meaningful, has given him the confidence to pursue a career connected to sports.
That to me, I think, comes first, because you could have all the money in the world, but if you don't enjoy fully what you are committed to, you're spending your life going through the motions. And no matter what it is, I never want to do that with myself. And I think that's something that means like the world to me, is just being able to go out and do, like, have these crazy moments, talk with people at sports games, accidentally bumping into an athlete and just, striking a conversation, or just, working on a project that means a lot to me, that makes an impact with people throughout the world.
Nick told me he finds lots of joy in getting to know people, learning from their experiences and telling their stories. And that is exactly what he wants to do when he graduates in May. And that's exactly why he chose his decision coming to the Bluff. I'm Donnie Woods, and this is Praxis Magazine.
Now for a unique story about one of our liberal arts professors, Don Ma, who isn't just shaping minds in the classroom, but also making waves in the music scene.
There is a taste of time, sweet and honey.
One of these members of the band Desperado is also a familiar face on the campus of Duquesne University. Lead guitarist and vocalist Don Ma, not only entertaining fans in his Eagles tribute band, he's also helping students to soar.
So the thing that makes me happy is that I get to be around a lot of students, and when that passion clicks in for them, and it drives them to their results in their career, that's what I live for.
Don tells me he's happy he found this rock star job away from the Bluff, and he hopes his students find their own path.
I'm the director of the Center for Emerging and Innovative Media. I've been a musician all my life. I'm a classical musician. A friend of mine called me, and he was playing in a series of restaurants in Pittsburgh called Atria's, and this corporation heard about me, and I happened to play Hotel California one day, and they were like, "You're our guy." And so I work for a corporation, and we're called Desperado. We are on our 13th year. We toured the East Coast, and so we've been together 4 times longer than the Beatles.
Professor Ma wants students to find their own path by learning from other rock stars in whatever career they pursue.
So the advice that I give people is take no advice, right? What I say is look to people that you really admire and set them up as a model for you. And then, like for me, I just got myself as Don Ma Incorporated. I figured I was my own business.
Professor Ma wants all students in the College of Liberal Arts to be prepared to take center stage in whatever job that brings them a rewarding career and a happy life. Whether sharing wisdom in a sound design class or captivating audiences on stage, Don Ma strikes a unique chord, seamlessly blending the world of education with the rhythm of music. For Praxis Magazine, I'm Nikki Novick. And that wraps up this edition of Praxis Magazine. I'm Nikki Novick, and thank you for watching.